Oh, no, no, baby. That's not how the Force works. Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta doing this thing, holding it down, bringing you that street geek and nerd soul. And what is up, Star Wars Celebration? That's right, we are wrapping up day 2 of the activities over there in Europe, doing a thing, holding it down for Star Wars and all kinds of news and reviews and drop jewels and clues. But check it. I'm going to run down a couple of things that I thought were really dope and kind of like stood out to me. I'm going to try to build up instead of like peppering in small and large stuff. I'm going to start with the stuff that to me was a little bit on the lower tip, but I still thought was cool to see. One of the coolest things, and Christian and I kind of touched on this yesterday, was the BCD, which is the Belgian costume division. Those guys are putting in some incredible work. Like their set designs, they brought an AT-AT or AT-AT, depending on who you ask. They had a TIE fighter there that was like full size. Like that thing was massive. The set that they had that was kind of like the inside of the Falcon, where they were sitting down and doing interviews with the Fets, which I'll touch on later. Man, it's just incredible just seeing the things that these guys are making, like from scratch pretty much. I mean, I've got to give it to them. I mean, as an artist, I don't like build things, but as an artist that just creates, just looking at that, knowing the time and the expertise that went into that, those guys are truly incredible. And I just had to stop for a moment and pretty much just give them a shout out, because like the stuff that they were showing around the celebration was just amazing. Next up, we got to see Rayne Roberts, who is a young sister that's on the, I think she's an executive story, she's, on the executive story team or a creative executive on the story team, something like that. But she was kind of interviewed talking about how she got started, how she got into working with Star Wars and working with Lucasfilm in general. And it was kind of dope, just kind of like reaffirming to a lot of people out there that, can get discouraged, that it's like, yo, man, you got to surround people that love the things that you love, and just keep working towards those goals. Because if you surround yourself with those people that love, like say if you love film or if you love anime or if you love dance or whatever it may be, they're going to do nothing but fuel your fire. And of course it fueled her fire, and look at where she is now, and she is doing some incredible work, and just knowing that she gets to go to work every day and just talk Star Wars is some cool stuff. Now I want to step into where we got to see some EA game previews. I guess their main one that they were probably pushing was the Battlefield Death Star. But EA Games, even though I'm not a huge gamer, I will say the proof of concept, the featurettes and the trailers that they put out, or the teasers that they also put out for all the games that they have coming this fall, looked pretty slick. I will say that I do think they can look a lot better, but they've got a lot more time to finish rendering and finish effects and stuff like that, because of course, there's a long time until, I'm guessing maybe October, when they might be dropping this September or something like that. So they got a lot of man hours that they can put in between now and then to finish up the renders and all that. But I hope that these games are really, really next gen ready, and that they're really running at 60 frames per second, and that they're just giving like the optimum experience to the gamers, because I do know that at times EA can rest a bit on its laurels and know that, hey, we're EA, we're a large company, and why should we try to be innovative, or why should we go the extra mile? And hopefully they will start to go the extra mile on a lot of these projects, because Star Wars is very near and dear to many. Next up, I'd like to talk about when Mark Hamill was kind of like holding court and just talking to all of the in the middle of the convention or a celebration, and it was cool. The biggest thing, and I mean, two of the biggest things that he talked about was he brought up the thing I'm sure a lot of us are used to hearing, which is he wants grandkids, and I'm pretty sure I'm 33, and I'm pretty sure if many of you are, in that age range or getting close to that age range, your parents might be, asking. And it's just funny to see that he's just a normal parent. He's like, hey, look, I want grandkids. But another cool story that he told is that the line where he calls Carrie Fisher Carrie inside of Star Wars is something that he actually meant to do. He tells the story of him, enjoying in-jokes, but George Lucas not liking them so much. But it was cool to just get that kind of that background story of how his scenes were shot, and what scenes were shot and when and things like that, and just a little behind the scenes. I always love oral history of kind of how things went down. I'm always interested in that, and how it's made, and behind the scenes stuff. I always think it's kind of cool. Now to the main thing that really blew me away today was the Star Wars Rebels panel. The Rebels panel yesterday was fire already. But Dave Filoni has been on a tear since he's been at this celebration, man. He is pushing the crap out of Rebels, and he is killing it. They did a lot of talk yesterday and today about the characters and their updates, and where their where their mind state is now, and how the world is changing, that they're in right now, or I guess the galaxy is changing that they're in right now. And they show this trailer for season 3. Now, the trailer for season 3, as we've learned from yesterday, has an older Ezra. He seems to have more skills, more talents. You get to see Sabine with some new hair. She's as beautiful as ever. Hera as beautiful as ever. She's got new clothes and a little patch because she's kind of getting deeper into the rebellion. You got even Chopper in his top form, and they happen to show this moment where you get to see that Ezra is still pushing this whole I want to follow the dark side, or I want to learn more about the Sith thing. And I think that he's going to be playing with fire. Well, I think he's already playing with fire. And I think that this is really, really going to continue to drive a wedge between him and Kanan. I also think that Darth Maul believes that he can control Ezra, and I think that Ezra may be more powerful than Darth Maul. In addition to this, I believe that Kanan may fall this season. Now I know this is an animated series, so it's most likely he won't. But it just seems like, with this wedge driving, someone's going to have to make a decision, because we get to see this clip in the Rebels panel where Darth Maul seems like he has kidnapped Hera and Sabine and Chopper and stuff. And there's sooner or later, it's almost kind of like on Walking Dead when Shane and Rick, sooner or later, they're going to have to decide what they're going to do with the future of Ezra and how they stand considering Ezra. You know what I'm saying? And probably coolest part of this trailer is that you see that the Empire is getting increasingly frustrated with this rebel problem. And you have Tarkin have a conversation with this young lady who says she knows someone who can look at a bigger picture, at a larger picture, who is a better suited tactician, I guess. And they're showing this guy from behind, and at first I was like, is it? And I was like, nah. And then I was like, hold up, is it? And I was like, nah. And then I was like, oh snap, it is Thrawn. Grand Admiral Thrawn is gonna be in this season. Yo, I think Rebels is going kind of like the same way Clone Wars was. The first 2 seasons of Clone Wars, I was entertained, but it didn't really grab me just yet. But season 3 of Clone Wars grabbed me, and I think this is going to be the same way. Grand Admiral Thrawn is going to be an excellent foil for the rebels. And not just our team of rebels, just the rebellion as a whole. Thrawn is that dude. And if you've read the Thrawn trilogy, which in my mind is still canon, by Timothy Zahn, man, that Thrawn trilogy, his characterization is just so matter of fact, so astute, so statesly, and so vicious at the same time. This is going to be a character that I hope spans 2, maybe even 3 seasons. Now, I've already reviewed the trailer and did my reaction, so I don't want to go too deep into it, but the trailer reveals some things that I really love about Star Wars. Just seeing these villains, seeing these people reach adversity, seeing these people have to make decisions, because even Sabine looks like she's going to have to make a decision about her lineage as a Mandalorian and things of that nature. So this is really just really shaping up to be a great season for Rebels. So to cap off everything, Timothy Zahn had a message for Star Wars Celebration, and he is working on a canon novel for Thrawn, simply titled Thrawn. I am ecstatic. I can't wait to get that audiobook. I'm gonna be honest, I already read enough comics and do reviews on those, so I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to audiobook this one, but I will get that. I cannot wait till it comes out. This was a big day for Star Wars. We got a lot of news out. Now, I will say, in my opinion, who won the day was Rebels. Yesterday, I think Rebels and Rogue One kind of shared the excitement for me, but today was definitely a Rebels day. Of course, y'all, chop it up in the comments below. Let me know your highlights from today. Let me know what you guys are thinking might be really, really hot on these streets as far as any toys or games or whatever. And, we'll go in and ham it out over these next couple of days, or, well, one more day of Star Wars Celebration. So, of course, LA, what up? VA, what up? RVA, you got my heart. And, of course, always remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.